जय श्री गुरुदेव, जय Bhairab Baba ki, jai Ma Kali. I'm recording this video. It's very early morning. Masik Durgashtami has started, and something I keep getting this. I keep seeing the same question, and I've seen the same kind of questions under every video on YouTube related to sadhanas, upasanas, and so on. So we'll talk about how to find a guru. Okay, very simply. Before we talk about how to find a guru, we need to see how to find a fake guru, how to realize one is a fake guru, and what is not a guru. Okay, we need to understand what not to look for, and then look for what we need to look for. Does that make sense? So first thing, what is a guru? What is not a guru? In today's world, especially with Instagram and YouTube and all of this stuff, this whole business of Sanatana Dharma, sadhanas, upasanas, everything has become a fish market, literally. And there are lots of so-called gurus online. Some are super big with ashrams everywhere. Some are budding influencers pretending to be gurus. And some are astrologers. I see a lot of them podcasts saying that they've seen Devi, they've got this siddhi and that siddhi and so on. When somebody comes about and tells you stuff like that, like they know everything, they've got the siddhi of a Devi or a Devata, and they're just coming on podcasts, you need to know that they're faking it. Okay? They're faking it for fame, money, and so on. And the people who offer you dikshas online, please don't do dikshas online. It doesn't work like that. Dikshas don't work online. There are kramas and processes to get a diksha. You cannot do that online. You'll say it's a technology. Well, no. No matter how the technology world is, if you want to bake a cake, you have to bake it yourself. You can't virtually bake a cake in the metaverse and think that you made a cake. It's still only virtual. So there might be some enlightened gurus who might do it, and that's 1% of the population today. 99% of them will send you a QR code, you send them money, and then you get diksha online. Don't do stuff like that. It doesn't work. They're all faking it. Most of these people who come online and say stuff, faking it. When you see someone's videos, it's just like anything, just like these influencers who make big promises. You always notice that their YouTube videos and Instagrams are heavily edited. It's very calculated and so on. You need to understand there is an agenda there. They're selling you something. Same with this. It's exactly same with this. The biggest problem in Sanatana Dharma is people don't believe in any of our shastras. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the sadhanas, upasanas, and the hard work. They don't want to sit for an hour, 2 hours, get through the process, go through the process. And I've said this many, many times in other videos. Before you find a capable guru, you need to be capable enough, at least at the foundational level. That's how it's going to work in today's world. Now we'll get to the next part of how to find a guru. Let's dwell on this. What is not a guru? A guru is one to few. It's a physical guru who's accessible to you. You can talk, meet, WhatsApp chat, ask questions, and so on. That's the foundation of a guru. It's not a virtual guru. One guru for thousands of people is not a guru. Okay? And most of these people are talking spiritual nonsense in a way. It's feel-good motivational stuff. All on the top, they will sprinkle some Kali Ma, some Durga, some Bhairab Baba, and so on. They just sprinkle it and give it to you, and you feel like they know something. When a real upasaka sees these people talk, they will understand that they're talking nonsense. It's just high level, which anybody can read from books. A real sadhaka does not talk like that. A real sadhaka behaves very differently. A real sadhaka does not want to come out of the world in open because it muddies his own practices. That's why. There are very few people online today who genuinely want to spread Sanatana Dharma, help people do sadhanas. And you know those people, Rajashri Nandi, there's someone called, very enlightened guru called Om Swami. He's the one who's done renunciation, renounced his whole life and become a. There are very few people like that who are genuine about it, who don't care about the following and so on. And you will see how they behave online and how the videos on the channels are. Then you will understand who they are. If anybody is saying they'll give you diksha, if they're very famous, do not follow them. It's one thing to call it spirituality and do yoga and stuff like that. That is not the path of Shakti sadhana. That is not the path of Shaivism or Shaktism. That is not it. These people don't know it. They don't want to do it. It's not a different track. That's a problem with Sanatana Dharma. It's an open ecosystem. Anybody can come and plug in their thing, and it connected to the Parabrahman, and everything sounds great. At the essence, it's okay. But for you to truly advance in your spiritual practice, then you have to actually do sadhanas. You need a proper guru, you need to do sadhanas, you need to do the heavy lifting. There is no other way to it. And there is no easy way to a diksha. If somebody says they'll give you a diksha, without them testing you and you testing them, it is not a real diksha. There's something coming, there's an invoice coming very soon. Understand, there's an invoice coming, and it is not just about the mantra. If you have the focus and you have the right karma and alignment, any name, Kali itself is a mantra. Everything is a mantra. Their names are a mantra. All you need to know, let's go back to what is not a guru. Famous people, not a guru. Thousands of followers, millions of followers, not a guru. They are doing this an online appearance so that they can build the thing and send an invoice at the end of it. There is no real spiritual practice. If you're a real seeker, you're not trying to build communities. You're not trying to be part of any community in the beginning. You're trying to elevate yourself. That is the most part. Real spiritual journey is a lonely journey. It's a sad, lonely journey, because once you get the taste of the divine, then you're crying for the divine because you don't have them. And when you meet the divine, then you cry for the divine because you miss the divine. That's what it's going to be. This journey is all by yourself. You have to drive it yourself. If you want community and stuff like that, do yoga, do some little bit chanting and whatever. That's different. That's very different from really getting close to divine and becoming divine. Okay? So don't rush into even if you meet somebody proper, don't rush into asking for a mantra diksha. Talk to the person like a normal person. Try to understand what they're coming, what is their mindset. Someone mentioned once that to know what somebody's really thinking, forget what they're saying at the beginning, focus on the middle, and especially focus what they say at the end. During a conversation of 10 minutes, focus on what they say at the middle and at the end. That's what they're really thinking about themselves and life. And you need to test your guru, because the relationship of a disciple and a guru is a very close one. It's more closer than a marital relationship, because you're connecting karmic bonds to this life and many, many lifetimes. And they're giving you some of their karmic bonds, you're giving them something, you're exchanging each other. It's one of the most complex, one of the most divine relationships. You need to take your time to find the right guru. You need to test your guru, not physically. By being around, talking, interacting for a few months, you will get to know who that person is. Okay, that's important. Does this person have that practice that they're talking about? Is this person elevated in his practice? Or is this person just talking book stuff? You ask him real life questions and see what answers they give. You need to test your guru so much as that they need to test you. A real guru will not give you diksha very easily. They'll give you, do this. If they see you're genuine, they'll give you multiple upasanas to do, mantra upadeshams. Go do this, don't bother me. They try to avoid you. They don't want to connect to people, because most people just like the people who come online and say, I want guru. For what do you want guru? For what purpose do you want a guru? Are you capable to have a guru? Are you capable to have a coach before you even know the basics of anything? You're not eligible. Most people are not. This path is not something you can just will your way into divinity. You cannot. You cannot will your way into divinity. And most that you see online is just fluff. It's just, top layer nonsense. And they're just going to distract you and at the end they're the ones who benefit and you don't benefit much. You just have a feeling of feeling. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for concrete things, and I've said this many times. This is not, sadhanas are not a path of believing, blindly believing in something and hoping it works. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to follow steps and people's experiences, and then imply that, test different styles out and figure where we connect, and all you need is a 1 second of connection, and then you build it from there. It takes work, but it's not just about willpower. You cannot willpower your way into divinity, like I said. So if you're looking for guru, this is what I have done personally, okay? If you're looking for a guru, first of all, avoid all the most people you see online. Look for mantra upadesham, not meaning somebody suggesting something to you. Once you test that person, don't be arrogant in testing that person. See how they live their lives. Are they happy? Are they pleasant? What is their, if there's a householder, how does he live his life? Is he with his wife? Does he have children? Blah, blah, blah. Is he a happy person? What sadhanas and upasanas? What is his practices like at the top layer? Ask him questions. Ask him questions about different things. Ask him questions you're interested in. Don't jump into it. Look at yourself as a year 5 student and look at this person that you think is capable person as a year 10 student. They still have to probably see a lot of things. But learn. It's all about learning. Curiosity and learning takes you long. And then if you find somebody eligible and you see that that person is genuine in their practice, they have the genuine curiosity within them, they are doing their spiritual practice consistently, then you can ask for a mantra upadesh. Don't follow a person who just rants, just tells you some lines from Bhagavad Gita or Devi Bhagavatam, says this is this, Parabrahman, this. All that is top layer. Ask him 2-3 questions. So what does that mean? How does this work? What is your experience? How can you say that? Did you have same experience? If he has no answers to these questions on personal experiences, he's just talking. And that is fine as well. But if you are genuine about finding a guru, then you need to be sure what you're looking for. So avoid all the noise online and most people that you see. Respect everybody, but don't think they have the answer. Now going back to how to find a guru. A lot of that is in your karmic alignment and your astrology, so to speak, right? The alignments have to be right for you to find the right guru that takes you to the first step. You might have different gurus through your lifetime. But as mentioned many times before, you have to be a capable student to find a capable teacher. That's true for everything in life. So you have to start your practice at home. I've mentioned a few stutis that you can do. Say Nama Mantra of Ma, Bhairab Baba, Hanumanji, Mahaganapati. Take any Nama Mantra, basic 10-15 minute ritual, and then start that as a practice. Stop looking for gurus because you're not eligible. That's the reason most people are vulnerable when they say they want a guru, and they'll just follow anybody. And even if they're not asking for money, you're not going anywhere with this whole thing. You need a eligible guru to take you, hold you, open doors for you. Okay? Mantra upadesha is basically a suggestion of a particular mantra or a stuti you can do to take it to the next level. Look for mantra upadesha. Could be a 2-line mantra. Don't look for bija mantras. If you're a beginner, stick to stutis. There are multiple stutis of Ma, Bhairab Baba, Hanumanji that you can start your practice with and use that as your foundation. Your foundation needs to be strong and take it slow. No magic thing is going to happen. Any kind of upasana takes 2-3 years of consistent practice to get anywhere, no matter who you are. It takes that time. So give yourself the time. Make your upasana as part of your important part of your life, not all of it. Because if you do that, if you go all in with upasana and forget about everything else in your life, you will crash and burn and you will stop. That's when you end up meeting these wrong gurus, end up being inconsistent. We're trying to run a marathon. This is not a sprint. We have to do this for a long time. And we have to enjoy the process as well. It might be hard to sit 2 hours, but what if you feel the bhava, the emotions in it? at least for 1 hour or 2 hours. That is enough to push you forward. That 5 minutes is enough to push you forward. And a genuine seeker always finds it. So, going back to the question, where do you find a guru? Start your practice at home. It could be a simple Bhairav sadhana, it could be Ganapati sadhana, it could be Ma Durga sadhana. Just nama mantras and some stutis. Do kavacham of any deity you like, Start doing kavachams. Kavacham is basically protective armor. Kavacham is the first thing you need to activate and start with when it comes to any deity, because that kavacham is a promise or request to the deity, to the power, to protect me, protect my mind, protect my body, and so on. But when you're asking them protection, that means they're next to you. All that you need is their presence or energies next to you, and everything will be fine. So our kavacham has to be activated first. Do the nama mantras as much as you can, and then you say, okay, for the next 3 weeks or 2 weeks, a minimum time is 11 days of doing some kind of upasana. Okay, and then at the end of 11 days, 21 days, 41 days, however you want to do it, start with 11 or start with 3 or 5 days if you're a beginner, and then say that at the end of this 5 day, 11 day, 21 day, I am going to go to one of your famous temples, for example. So if it's Kali Ma, wherever you live in India, there might be some nearby Kali temples, right, or Durga temples, or Hanumanji temples, or Ganapati temples. You say that at the end of this, I will go and do my last day of sadhana either there at the temple, or the next day I will come and do some pujas there. I will offer some annadan, which is basically feeding the poor. If you're Bhairav sadhak, feed the dogs there, or give the priest some money there, some pujas there, and then you walk away. When you do that practice regularly, right, when you keep doing this practice regularly, if you're a Bhairava sadhak or Mahadev sadhak, your headquarters will be Kashi, right? Because Kashi is Kal Bhairav's domain. Kashi is also Shiva's domain, right? Same thing, but they are there. So you have to go to Kashi. So then as you go forward in your upasana, you start saying, okay, I will do this simple Bhairav Nama Mantra Upasana with Kala Bhairava Ashtakam or some, whatever you want to do. And at the end of the 11-21 day, I'm going Kashi. Or I'm doing some puja or annadan in Kashi. And at least once in 6 months, you go Kashi for 2-3 days. Simple. Just to go to Kala Bhairava temple, go Kashi Vishwanath and come back. If you're a Devi Upasak, if you're into Tantra, there are so many places in Bengal you can go. Dakshineshwar Kali temple, my favorite temple, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is still there. That's a great place to go. Kamakya is a great place to go. Bengal, there's so many places to go. I mean, Gujarat, we all have Shakti Pitas in every state of India. Say that after this, I will within the next week or month, I will go to the Shakti Pita. Now, why is this important? One is important because then you get closer to the energies of the deity you're trying to get close to. At the same time, who are going to be in those places? The sadhaks of this deity you're trying to get too close to will be in those places, because they're also doing some similar. If he is an advanced sadhak, he'll be doing many processes, sadhanas in that location. So you are around. It's like networking. You're around those areas, and you go to this temple, you ask the priest, do you know any senior sadhaks here? I would like to talk to them. You network. And you'll end up meeting, if you do this regularly, end up meeting a few people who you will know once you start doing sadhana, you can see who is talking nonsense, who is not talking nonsense. Just like anything in life. If you have experience in something in life, immediately you'll know who's talking nonsense and who's talking the truth. It's an innate skill, the intuition you will have. But for intuition to start working, you need to have experience. So when you start in your sadhana path, upasana path, as you go to these places more regularly over the next few months or a year, you start bumping into people and talking to people. And guess what? Within a year or so, if you are steady on this path, you'll end up meeting your guru. That's the blessing the deity will give you. Every single time that will happen. You don't even have to think you want to meet a guru. You just want to go there to meet sadhaks, higher caliber sadhaks, or people around there, or the priest there, or be around Maas Shakti Peeth, be around Kal Bhairav Shakti Peeth, Kal Bhairav's temples, and so on. Be around Mahadev and that energy. Just being around there attracts new things to you. It improves your practice 1000%. At the same time, it puts you in places that opens up these new connections, and those new connections will lead to other connections, and then you take your time to find your guru. Your first guru has to be very important because you're naive, you don't know what you're doing. You mean most people. So that is the best way to find a guru. Again, a lot of people go to different YouTube channels. I've seen this a million times. I want to find a guru, I want mantra. The bija mantras are only effective really if you get from a Siddha Guru, and then you need to have some capability to hold the bija's power. Bij mantra has a lot of power if given from a guru. You need some that's why good gurus don't give these mantras to people, because they can see they don't have the ability. They can look at a person's body language and body and say, he's not ready, she's not ready. You need to get yourself ready. You need those energies in your body for a few months at least, so that you start charging, you rebuild yourself and you start charging. It's like anything in life. It's very similar. Sadhana, upasana path is not any different from working out, going to university, learning new things and evolving. It is not different from anything else. Don't get fooled by that only a few people that online, these so-called gurus, have the key to open up your mind. It is absolute farce. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. The key to opening the door to divinity is within you. You are the Adi Guru. You yourself are Parabrahma. You forgot who you are. But to understand what I'm saying, you need to do the sadhana. Everything goes back to the sadhana. You are an atheist, do the sadhana. You don't believe what I say, do the sadhana. You do the sadhana, whatever basic sadhanas you can do for a period of few days, few weeks, you will automatically open up another. It's like reading a new book after you read the last book, the next level of the version 2. You understand more of the version 1 when you read the version 2. It's exactly like that in life. The experience of doing the sadhana takes you to the next level. Then when you get to a certain level, you'll understand who's right, who's wrong. And the state of Sanatana Dharma as it is with these gurus and these ideas will only increase in the future. So more people do sadhanas, more people sort of elevate themselves, they can end up helping 20, 30 other people. That is the point of this channel. Right? This channel is not to go mainstream or do anything. This channel is for the very few people who are genuinely curious, who want to open up the doors. Okay? And that's by divine grace that you get a chance to open up the door. And then you take it to the next step. But just thinking a guru will come, don't romanticize the whole thing. A guru magically is not going to appear just like suddenly $1 million contract or lottery coming to your bank account. It's exactly that. Suddenly a Siddha Guru will come, give you a mantra, and you'll become Mahadev yourself. It almost never even happens. It doesn't work like that in today's world. You have to do your practices, slowly elevate. Understand that to get to pick up 100 kilos, you have to slowly start from 2 kilos, 3 kilos, so on. Don't stop going to find answers online with these people. It's not going to work. Now, some people genuinely have issues and they want to find solution. They think somebody did black magic on them. I've heard this a lot in India, black magic on them, and then they have this issue, they have money issue and so on. Understand most of the issues in your life, and this is coming from a person who had multiple issues, is partly your karma, partly your own doing, partly a collective karma that you have, and you have to suffer through it. If anybody says I'll solve the issue for you, that means they're talking nonsense. In today's world, there's very few people who can actually solve your issues. If they solve your issue, they take on some of those issues. So who wants more problems in their lives? So you rarely can do it. The only way you can get out of this is to ask Bhagavati the mental and physical strength to go through this thing and win it and finish it. That's what you need to ask. And the more problems you have, more upasanas you need to do. Right? Dvatrimshan Namamala, the 32 names, the Adya Stotram, Hanuman Chalisa, Bhairavashtakam. There are so many powerful, non-complicated stutis out there, chanted with commitment and a little bit of affection to the deity you're chanting to. Works magic. It absolutely works magic. And you will only understand what I'm saying when you do the practice. Again, I'm going back to the same thing. You have to do the practice. Look for mantra upadesham after you have sort of tested that person in a way, and then get a mantra upadesham if you can, and then do your practice. The lifting, the running, the walking, the eating, you have to do. No guru is going to do it for you. My guru always tells me, my job is to give you suggestions, show you a path. You have to walk it. I'm not coming to handhold you anyway. That's because he has his own life. All gurus have their own life things to do, but they have to run their own sadhana, their own problem, their life, and they're not gonna. There is no mantra. The mantra is a portion of the guru that he gives you, and at the same time, the devata. If you don't have a mantra, the stotrams and stutis are powerful, very powerful enough. In fact, the stotrams and stutis are much more better than just getting a bija mantra or mantra from an incapable guru, because the stutis of the kavacham, the stutis, the stotras, have all the names and all the characteristics of that devata. And that devata blessed us so that we can read it. If you understand the meaning of it, at least most of the meaning of it, and chant it with emotion and do it consistently, it works wonders. It's not going to change your problems in life, but it'll give you they will give you abhayam, which is fearlessness to face those issues, handle them. That's what we need. We don't need our problem solved, because if we keep begging for solution for problems, it'll keep coming. There will be more problems in life. It'll keep coming. So we can't keep begging. That's not the relationship we need to build. You are divinity yourself. You need to elevate yourself to that using these tools. Mantra is a tool, kavacham is a tool, stotram is a tool to elevate your being. And that's not foo-foo. You will feel it when you do it. Undeniably, you will know it, but you cannot explain it to other people. Only you know that. Even if you don't believe in a particular stuti, but you chant it with affection, it still has power. It has power, and it will work. In different ways it will work, not the way you want it to work. So stop looking for a guru. Start the practice. In the beginning, you really don't need a guru. There's enough information out there who share the basic steps to go. Do that. Okay? If you like Ma Kali, she's lovely, start with Adya Stotram. I've mentioned in the last video. Ma Durga, 32 names, Dvatrimshan Namamala, Durga Shtotra Shatanama Stotram, Durga Kavacham you can chant. There are so many simple stutis which are Mahishasura Mardini stuti. That's such a beautiful, perfectly created by Adiguru Shankaracharya. Use that stuti with full affection, chant it. There are so many things you can do. If you really want to find an answer, you will find a way to find the answer. Not just say that you want a guru, that mantra. That is just all romanticizing this whole thing. And it does not, in reality, none of it works like that. None of it works like that. Once you get to a certain level of sadhana, you can start asking questions to higher caliber sadhaks and gurus. And even then they will say, go back to your practice. Go back to what I told you. You will stay in the basic for 3 to 5 years. The basic upasanas, you will stay there 3 to 5 years. Because you need to build your foundation very strong. Then you go to the next level. Then is when you start demanding, I need a guru. That's when you look for it. And the divine forces will give you the guru and give you the opportunities. But the fastest way to do it is start doing the sadhanas, upasanas, and go to the places where the deity you're trying to get close to is very strong. Each deity has a location, one temple. If it's closer to your place, good. If you have to travel 1-2 days, 1 day, stay there 1 day, perfect. That's wonderful. Do that. Done consistently a few times will open new doors and network you with real sadhaks who have life on the other end, but this is their passion. They want to go close to their ishta. And then you will meet people who love your ishta, and then you connect, then you hear real stories. That is when you hear the reality of life. What I'm telling you, you will hear from most of these people, 10 levels higher. That's when you learn and understand and get mantra upadeshams. Be very pragmatic and realistic about this. Do not fall for the nonsense online by these so-called gurus. Start your sadhanas, upasanas yourself. Every stuti of Ma, Bhaira Baba, Hanumanji available in the public forum is so powerful. You just have to unlock it. It's ready to be unlocked. Most of the stutis you have to chant 100 times regularly or 1,000 times. That takes a few weeks. It opens already. The level 1 is opened. Okay? Work on it. If you're serious about to work on it, stop looking for gurus. You will be very disappointed in today's world if you're looking for gurus. And don't fall for this online dikshas and stuff like that. Don't take dikshas just like that. Dikshas are very, it's bigger than getting married and all of those things. It's karmic alignment for multiple lifetimes. Be very cautious who you get dikshas from, and don't just get dikshas. Take your time. Take your time. I hope that makes sense. Jai Shri Gurudev. Jai Bhaira Baba. Jai Ma Kali.